EnglishMinds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Minds podcast, the place to grow your English and boost your communication skills. I'm Luna, joined as always by my amazing co-host, Liam. How are you today, Liam?
Hey Luna. I'm good, but I had one of those moments today where I really wished I could think faster.
Oh, what happened?
I was having a casual chat with a coworker, and they asked me such a simple question, one I totally knew. But suddenly my brain just froze. I hesitated, stuttered a bit, and by the time I found the right words, the moment was gone.
That's so frustrating.
Exactly. Later, I kept thinking of all the clever things I could have said.
Oh, I've been there too, that awkward moment when your brain decides to take a break at the worst time. It's so common, and you're definitely not alone. In fact, studies show many people struggle with quick thinking, whether from nerves, overthinking, or lack of practice.
That makes sense. I bet many of our listeners can relate, especially those learning English as a second language. Thinking fast in another language is a whole new challenge.
Absolutely. But here's the good news. It's a skill you can train.
And that's exactly what we're exploring today: how to think fast and talk smart in any conversation.
Yes. We'll cover why quick thinking matters, what slows us down, and most importantly, how to train your brain to respond confidently. We'll also share key takeaways, comprehension questions, and grammar tips to strengthen your English.
And we'll introduce some useful intermediate words and phrases today.
That's right. Later, we'll break them down and show how to use them naturally in real-life situations. Imagine you're in a job interview, and the interviewer suddenly asks, "What's one challenge you've overcome?" You know the answer, but your mind goes blank.
So stay tuned and let's dive in. Luna, why is quick thinking so important in communication?
That's a great example. Quick thinking doesn't just help you sound confident, it helps you feel confident too.
Instead of sharing your story confidently, you stammer, saying, let me think. That hesitation can make you look unprepared, even when you're perfectly qualified.
Studies show people who respond quickly are seen as more confident and capable. Whether it's in meetings, interviews, or daily talks, thinking on your feet truly matters.
Exactly. Research from Harvard Business Review also found that clear and confident speakers earn more credibility and influence.
Exactly. It's like driving. You don't need to race to get there. You just need to know the best route.
And let's clear up a myth: thinking fast isn't the same as speaking fast. Some believe that talking quickly makes them sound smart, but actually, clarity matters more.
Speaking clearly and concisely gets your point across faster than rushing through your words.
Perfect metaphor. And fluency doesn't happen overnight. Like learning an instrument or sport, the more you practice, the smoother you get.
Totally. So, if quick thinking is so important, what really stops us from speaking smoothly?
The first big obstacle is overthinking. It's like texting a friend. You rewrite your message 5 times before sending. In real talks, that hesitation makes the moment pass.
Right. Another challenge is mental blocks, when you're suddenly put on the spot and your mind freezes, like when someone asks your favorite movie and you can't name one.
Then there's the fear of mistakes. When I was learning Spanish, I hesitated a lot because I was scared of sounding silly. But honestly, mistakes are just part of learning.
So true. But the good news is, There are strategies for all these issues. Let's start with the first, staying calm under pressure. When we're nervous, our brain goes into fight or flight, making it hard to think clearly.
And finally, there's the language barrier. If English isn't your first language, sometimes the right words just won't come fast enough.
It's like watching a quiz show. The contestant knows the answer, but pressure makes them blurt out something random.
Exactly. That happened to me once during a presentation. I was so anxious about making a mistake that my mind went blank. I could hear my heartbeat, and all my points just vanished.
Oh no! So what did you do? That's a great tip. Once we calm down, our brains can function normally again.
I took a deep breath. Just pausing and reminding myself that I wasn't in danger helped reset my brain. Then I slowed down and focused on my main ideas.
A simple trick is to take a slow, steady breath before responding. It breaks the panic cycle. Exactly. Think of it like chess. Skilled players don't just react. They predict their opponent's next moves.
Now for the second strategy, anticipating responses. It's all about being prepared.
Yes, apply that to conversations. If you're going to a job interview, think ahead about what they might ask.
And we already do this every day. For example, when you walk into a coffee shop, you know the cashier will ask, "What would you like?" That's why you don't freeze.
Exactly. The more you anticipate, the less likely you'll be caught off guard.
Or when meeting someone new, prepare a few friendly questions or answers. It also works in daily chats. If someone asks, "How was your weekend?" you already know what to say.
Oh, yes. When someone asks a question and your brain lags don't freeze, use fillers like, "That's a great question," or "Let me think about that for a moment."
Still, even when prepared, sometimes you just need a moment to think. That's where our next tip comes in, using time fillers. It's a real game changer.
Smart move. You can also say, "Well, it depends," or "I see what you mean." These phrases buy you time while keeping you engaged.
Exactly. It gives your brain a few extra seconds to load the right answer. I use this when I forget someone's name. I'll say, "Ah, I remember you from," while searching my memory.
The key is to sound natural. If you go silent too long, it feels awkward. But with fillers, the conversation keeps flowing. Same here. Paraphrasing means rephrasing what someone said to give yourself time to think.
Now let's talk about paraphrasing, one of my favorite tools.
It's such an effective trick. I use it often when people ask my opinion on tough topics.
Right, suppose someone asks, "What do you think about the new project?" Instead of freezing, say, "Oh, the new project. Well, I think it's an interesting challenge." That gives you a moment to organize your thoughts.
Instead of jumping in unprepared, I restate their question. It helps me process and think clearly. It's also great for tricky talks. If someone's unclear paraphrasing helps you understand before replying, 100%. Now the next strategy is a big one, thinking in simple structures. Yes, many people struggle because they try to build complex sentences in their head before speaking. But the truth is simple, and clear beats complicated every time.
Totally. Imagine explaining something to a 5-year-old. You'd keep it short, direct, and easy to follow.
That's exactly the mindset you need in conversations. People truly appreciate clarity. When your sentences are short and structured, like "I think this because," or "my opinion is," your ideas become easier to follow.
And it takes the pressure off. You don't need to sound like a professor. Just focus on expressing your point clearly.
Now let's move to active listening, because this is a real superpower in conversations. Exactly. When you truly listen, you catch the key words, tone, and context that helps your brain process faster.
Yes, many think quick thinking means talking faster, but actually careful listening makes responding easier.
I love that comparison. Plus, when you listen actively, you don't need to invent ideas. You can build on what's already said.
It's like watching a movie with subtitles. If you miss a line, they help you catch up. But if you stop paying attention, you're lost.
Perfect. And now, the final skill for quick thinking, practicing improvisation.
Yes, instead of worrying about what to say next, just respond naturally to what's been said. Yes, improv is about reacting in the moment without overthinking, like a game where you just go with the flow.
The best way to practice is through small exercises. One fun one is word association. If I say apple, you say, and if I say ocean, you say. Another great method is storytelling.
Juice. Waves. See, no time to think, just respond. It trains your brain to react quickly.
Give yourself 30 seconds to tell a short story based on a random word. The goal is to keep going without stopping. Exactly. Quick thinking isn't a gift, it's a trained skill.
I love that. And the best part, the more you practice, the faster you get.
Absolutely. And now, it's time for our vocabulary focus. Thanks, Liam. Hi, everyone. Here are 10 useful words and phrases from today's episode to help you sound more fluent in English.
Exactly. Take it away, Luna.
Thinking on one's feet, meaning quickly responding to a situation without preparation.
Thinking on one's feet. Example. As a lawyer, she often has to think on her feet in the courtroom.
Perceive verb, meaning to notice or understand something clearly.
Perceive verb. Example. He could perceive the excitement in her voice even though she tried to stay calm.
Spontaneous adj, meaning doing something naturally without much thought.
Spontaneous adj. Example. She gave a spontaneous speech at the party that impressed everyone.
Buying time phrase, meaning delaying your response while you think.
Buying time phrase. Example. He started adjusting his tie to buy time while thinking of an excuse.
Mental block noun, meaning when your brain freezes and you can't think of what to say. Mental block noun. Example. During the math test, I had a mental block and completely forgot the formula.
Overthinking. Meaning. Thinking too much, which makes it hard to make a decision.
Overthinking. Example. She spent hours overthinking her reply before sending the message.
Anticipate verb. Meaning. To expect or prepare for something before it happens.
Anticipate verb. Example. She anticipated heavy traffic and decided to leave home early.
Misconception noun. Meaning a wrong idea or belief about something.
Misconception noun. Example. There's a common misconception that drinking cold water causes a sore throat.
Hesitation noun. meaning pausing before speaking because you're unsure or nervous.
Hesitation noun, example. His hesitation before answering showed he wasn't confident in his choice.
Improvisation noun, meaning speaking or acting without preparation.
Improvisation noun, example. The chef's improvisation with random ingredients led to a surprisingly delicious dish. Those are your vocabulary highlights for today. Try using them in your own sentences this week to boost fluency. Back to you, Liam. Definitely. Learning new words and phrases like these makes a huge difference in fluency.
Thanks, Luna. That was really helpful.
That's right. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep growing in your English journey.
And remember, quick thinking isn't about being perfect. It's about being prepared and confident. Keep practicing, and soon you'll think faster and speak smarter in any situation. See you next time on EnglishMinds podcast.